I have been checking out the new VLS Lw Methodology software, which you see right here with the blue that I don't like. Anyway, maybe we can move it up there. No, gotta have a blue. Okay, I have a simple mind, and things like that just really confuse me. But I've been doing real well with this, betting, putting $1 in the account and going for a 50-cent profit, betting nickels. So today I'm going to branch out. I'm going to be bold and brave and play 50-cent pieces. So I have put in 8 or 10 numbers, and I see here that I have 3 W's in a row, and I like W's in a row. Sometimes they will go 10 or 12 times. So I'm going to put 50 cents on the jump dozens, which is 1 and 3. Jump dozens, 1, 3. And on the last column, which is 1 and 2. And see if I can do something there. Gee, I hope Bet Voyager doesn't cut me off. Okay, I lost 50 cents on that deal. And what came? The 9. Okay, I'll put in the 9. Let's see what happened here. Okay. Now, I look at this fellow, the last columns, and even though this is a short pedigree, I see he has not gone 2 L's in a row. So I'm going to try last column again. Last column is 1 and 3. And also I'm going to go again with the jump dozens, which this time is 2 and 3. See what I can get there. $18. That's a good hit. Okay, now let's see what we got. Now he went 2 L's in his recent pedigree, so I'll disregard the jump columns. And the last columns, okay, I'm going to go with last columns again because he hasn't had 2 L's anywhere close to each other. There's been at least 2. So we'll try last columns, which is 1 and 3. And then of course we'll bet our jump dozen, which is 1 and 3. See what that rings out. $28. That's another good hit. Okay, now let's see what we got here. Now it's getting more complicated because I still have my row of W's here, which I like very much. Now this fellow went 2 W's and then hit an L, so we're at 2 W's. He might hit another L. You understand this is all pure guesswork, you know. I mean, it is you might call it an educated guess, or you might call it whatever. But I'm going to do a different kind of bet on this one because I really feel that this is going to be a W up here, but I also really feel this is going to be a W. So if I bet just the second dozen, I'll get a W here and a W here. So let's try that just for fun. Let's see if we can get number 20. Oh, we got number 10. Bummer. Who lost for me? Okay, we got a WL. Okay, now then. Down here I got 3 last columns, so I'll bet the 1 and 3 columns. Then I always bet after a double L, and I always bet this. So I'm going to try this dozen bet again. I'm going to only bet the 3 dozen and see if I can get a see if I can catch a W in both columns here, both rows, not columns. Okay. Ah, what a bummer. Missed it all the way around. Okay, well, we got, that should have worked. Oh, it did work. I got a 35. It did work. Ha! Okay, now let's look at what we have going now. Alright, now this pattern almost fits, but it's an LLW. I want it to be an LW, LW, LW. So we'll pass on that one. Now this one, we've got a nice healthy run of W's after each L, so we'll try last columns, which are 1 and 2. I hate this BV. I wish it'd keep your chip. Okay, now up here, I don't have much faith in him after that double L. Those double L's, so I'm going to try the jump dozen. Jump dozen is 1 and 2. Come on, move. Okay. $36. That was a total loser. Okay, let's see what happened here. Now, I always bet right here, I'll bet the last columns, 2 and 3. Then, I will bet the jump dozens, because he's had a nice healthy run of W's. Jump dozens are 1 and 2. $11. That's a good hit. Now what have we got? Alright, we got all kind of strange things now. Got my 3 W's here, and I got my 3 W's up here. Kind of worried about those double L's. This one, he's had a good healthy run of W's, and I'm going to bet 3 dozen. That'd make a W appear in both of them. So I'm going to bet the 3rd dozen, and then down here, I'm going to bet the jump columns 1 and 3. Because he's got 3 W's in a row. $28. That's a good hit. Okay, now what do we got? Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that crossover here. I'm going to bet for a W here and a W here, so I'll bet the 1 dozen. And down here, I'm going to bet the jump columns 2 and 3 because they got 4 W's in a row. Although he hasn't had a pedigree of doing 4 W's in a row. We'll try him anyway. Hope for number 12. That'd make a good hit. 34. That is a sorry hit. Okay. I'm exactly back to $10. Well, I got the 1 W up here. Oh, brother, what to do? He's had a good healthy run of W's. He has too, so once again I'm going to bet that 1st dozen. Try for a double win. And then down here I'm going to bet the jump columns 2 and 3. Hope for like number 9, 12, 6, 3. Look at that. Was that pretty or what? Now, when I hit this one, see, I made 2 units instead of the normal 1, so that's a good hit. Now what do we got? Okay. Okay, I'm going to wait for an L on this guy because what we've gone is WL, 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 W. If we can get an L, we may get another. It's in a flip-flop pattern. The last columns, I don't like at all. You got 2, you're just not getting any W's. You're getting a whole lot of L's. Look at the L, 1, 2, 3, 6. So I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to go with this crossover bet again. I'm going to bet for a 3 because it's common to both of them. So let's put on the third dozen. I hate this bet, Voyager. Okay, let's just hope for a third dozen. Oh, look at that. Landed right between 25 or 34, either one. Okay. Now then, where do we go from here? Okay, I always bet on the LL to become a W. So I'll bet last columns 2 and 3. Now let's see if I have anything else. I'm going to bet the last dozen, 1 and 2. Because he's had a healthy run of W's. Oh gosh, lost a nickel on that one, or 50 cents rather. Okay, I always bet the LL to become a W, and we got 3 W's here, so I'm going to go with a 2, just the second dozen. And down here I'm going to go with the jump columns 1 and 2. Okay. That was a total loser. We did get 3 L's in a row. Now that makes me very wary of this guy from now on. So now down here we've got our WL pattern is still going, so I'm going to bet jump columns 1 and 2. And I'm going to bet jump dozens 2 and 3. Because he's got 4 W's. We hope he goes to 20. 26. There we go. That's a good hit. Now what have we got? See how this is going? It starts out WL, 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 WL. Now when I get my next L, sometimes this thing will flip-flop for a long time. But on this bet, I'm going to bet the jump dozens, which are 1 and 2. And I'm going to bet the last columns, which are 2 and 3. Well, lost 50 cents on that deal. Okay, we got an L. This guy has a history of doing 2 L's, so I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to bet just the jump dozens, 1 and 3. There's the third dozen. Now what do we have? Okay, we got an L. I'm going to bet the jump columns 2 and 3. Whoa, did I put $1 on that? I sure did. Come on. Okay. And then I'm gonna bet the jump dozens 1 and 2. $11. Good hit. Now I'm going to bet. So I don't like him. He's got too many L's. And I was right a while ago. I said he'd probably get an L. Okay, I'm just going to bet jump dozen 2 and 3. Is that all I'm going to bet? Yep, that's all I'm going to bet. Jump dozen 2 and 3. And we got the second dozen. Okay, now what do we got? Okay, we got a LL. Now, here we go. A little different something. In his recent pedigree, he has 3 L's in a row. So I'm going to stay off this guy. I'm going to just go with jump dozen 1 and 3. Well, if anybody ever learned how to make this thing quit dropping that chip every time you move the cursor. I'd love to know it. Then I'm going to go with jump columns 1 and 3 because I'm going with this LW, LW, LW pattern. And we get 11. Well, I got part of it. I'm going to move this down just a hair and see if that might help. There we go. Now then, 2Ls. I'm going to bet I would have got me a winner up here on this 2L, but we don't worry about that. Okay, here we go. Here's a crossover bet. Here's a LL. I'm going to bet for a W, and then I'm going to bet here for a W, so that would be the 1 column. So I'll bet the 1 column, and the jump dozens are 2 and 3. So 24. Yeah, it didn't do me a lot of good. Okay, now let's see what we got. If this guy hadn't lost, we'd have got that. Okay, look at this little row of W's you got here. So I'm going to bet the jump dozens again, 1 and 3. And then I'm going to bet, what am I going to bet? There's too many L's right along here. I don't like that. And he usually hits, no, he's hit. I'm just going to stick with that 1 and 3 right now. And we get the 2. What a bummer. Okay, now we've got 2 L's, so I'll bet the last column 1 and 3. And up at the top, I've got 3, so I'll bet the last dozen, which is 1 and 2. Okay. Just got the 5. Okay, now we got 3 L's in a row. Okay. Now I will bet the jump columns 1 and 3. And I will bet the last dozens 1 and 2. Yeah, I got one of them anyway. Now then, all I feel now, jump dozen. He's got a long list of them. I'm going to bet the jump dozens, which is 1 and 2. And I'm going to bet the jump column, which is 2 and 3. Okay, that's a good hit on the 14. Okay, now then. Up top, I got 2 L's, which I'll always bet for a W, and then I got 3 W's, so I'm going to bet just the 3rd dozen here. Hope to get a 3rd dozen winner. And then I'm going to bet the jump columns, which are 1 and 3, because they've got 4 W's. Okay, still not doing too well. Alright, I'm going to bet him jump dozen 1 and 3. And I'm going to try for a double on the columns because I got 3 and 4, so I'll just bet the 2nd column. Hope for a nice win on the 8, something like that. 14. Well, I got the 2nd column anyway, so that makes a break even. Okay, I always bet here. Jump dozen 1 and 3. And down at the bottom, I'm going to try that 1 again. I'm going to bet on the first column because I got winners here, and 1 is common to both of them. So we'll try that. That worked all right. That worked real good. 12.50. Okay. Now, oh my, I'm going to try that again on that second. I'm going to bet the column on the 2 column this time. Hope for a double win. That'd put a W here and a W here. Then up here. Now W, that's redneck word. You see, if I weren't a redneck, I'd say W. But I'm a redneck, so I say W. Like George W. Okay, I'm going to put on the last dozen 2 and 3. Okay. Come on, number 28, 16, 23. Is that a good one? That is a good one. Look at that. What luck the Catman is having. I'm only $1. One skinny, lousy dollar away from my goal. Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay, I'm going to try that again. That's just tickling me to death. I'm going to bet the 1 because that'd put a W there and a W there. So let's bet the first column. And then I'm going to bet the last dozens, which is 2 and 3. Oh, I got a skeeter after me. Well, I went in the bathroom the other night and there was a mosquito. I tried to pop him with a bath towel. He was a big one. He took that towel away from me like beat me to death with it before my wife could get there. It was brutal. What do we got? No, that didn't work too well, did it? Okay. But we're still $1 away from goal. All right, we got an L there, Dirty Bird. Now I'll just bet the jump columns 1 and 2. And I will bet, I don't like this double L right back here in his pedigree, so I'm going to bet, but I do like this, so I'm going to bet the last dozens 2 and 3. Oh, I hate this bet, Voyager. There's so many things to hate about this casino. Come on, 19. Oh, 31. Good hit. Does that make me 15? Catman wins again. Okay, you see how slow this is, and you see why it cannot be done by a robot, because somebody with a minimally functioning brain has to make decisions. But ever since I started this back in 2006, I saw something. It's like this is not totally luck, which so many things are. So that's my speech, and that's my $5 profit. So I'm out the door, and we'll chat you later.